Good evening, folks. We're going to tackle a problem that I assigned to my grade 11s today. This problem is talking about a soccer keeper that kicks a soccer ball. The soccer ball reaches a maximum height of 24.2 after 2.2 seconds, and it hits in the ground after 4.4. And we're going to solve this by taking this quadratic, and it says define the quadratic function as it models the height of the ball. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a quadratic function that is in vertex form. Why am I using vertex form? Well, it tells me the maximum height, and it gives me the vertex, and it gives me another piece of information, so vertex form is probably the best to go from here. The key of the modeling is height is another big clue. I'm then going to find how high was the ball after 4 seconds. I'm going to state the domain and range, and I'm going to put this in standard form of the equation as well. All right, so let's get started. So first thing I want to do is write down my function. In vertex form, my function is f of x is equal to a times x minus h squared plus k, where h and k are my vertex, h being my x-coordinate, k being my y-coordinate. From the previous information, I know that the vertex is equal to 2.2 and 24.2. So after 2.2 seconds, the ball was 24.2 meters high. And I also know that the ball lands and has a height of 0 after 4.4 seconds. So my x-intercept is 4.4 and 0. To solve something or create a vertex form of the function, I need a vertex and I need some other coordinate. It does not have to be the x-intercept. It's convenient if it is, because 0 is often an easy number to work with, but there's no requirement that you have this particular piece of information. So what do? First what we're going to do is going to take this vertex, the h and the k values, and sub them in for h and k. So I end up with f of x is equal to a times x minus 2.2 squared plus 24.2. Filling in f of x for my y value of what I have and my x value coming from 4.4, I end up with 0 is equal to a times 4.4 minus 2.2, all in brackets, squared plus 24.2. Doing some quick arithmetic, 4.4 minus 2.2 squared, I'm going to get 4.84a plus 24.2. And now I'm going to solve for a. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 24.2 from both sides, and that's going to give me 4.84a is equal to negative 24.2. Divide by the 4.84, divide this side, divide that side, and I end up with a negative 5 is equal to a for my a value. I take that negative 5, I plug it into the function, and I get f of x is equal to a negative 5, that goes in for my a value, x minus 2.2, all squared, plus 24.2. All right, so that's my vertex form of the equation. That's the A part of this question. That's what it was asking you to find. Let's roll on to the B. So I start with my function. This one actually wants me to find the f of 4. It wants me to find the value of the function when x is 4. So all I have to do is plug in for my x values 4. So I do that. I now have f of 4 is equal to negative 5 times 4 minus 2.2 squared plus 24.2. So do my brackets first, multiply by negative 5. So I do my brackets, 4 minus 2.2 squared, 3.24. Multiply that by negative 5, then add 24.2, and I get 8. So what does that tell me? At 8 meters high, 4 seconds have passed, or after 4 seconds, it's 8 meters high. The third part of this question asks me to state domain and range. So domain is the x-coordinates, and our x-coordinates go from 0 to 4.4, so there are some constraints here on our x. So we can say that x, such that x is an element of the real numbers, and it is greater than 0 but less than 4.4. For my y value, our y values go from the ground, which is 0, all the way up to a max height of 24.2. So our range, y, such that y is an element of the real numbers, and y, it is greater than or equal to 0, but less than or equal to 24.2. So there's my domain and range. The final part of this question is to solve, or to change this from vertex form into standard form. This is a little trickier. For my grade 11s, we actually didn't go over this in class, but it's totally attainable. So we have f of x. Here's our vertex form. F of x is equal to negative 5 times x minus 2.2 squared plus 24.2. So what are we going to tackle first? First thing we're going to tackle is we're going to take x, subtract 2.2 squared. This becomes binomial distribution. X times x, negative 2 decimal 2 times x, negative 2 times decimal 2 times x, and negative 2 decimal 2 times negative 2 decimal 2. So I'm going to do that first. That works out to give me f of x is equal to negative 5. Haven't changed this. Haven't changed this. X squared minus 4 decimal 4x plus 4 decimal 84. If this is giving you trouble, so I suggest you go back and watch the video on binomial distribution or multiplying polynomials. I then multiply by the multiply by the negative 5. So I'm going to multiply all three of these. Use the distributive property again. And I end up with f of x is equal to negative 5x squared plus 22x minus 24 decimal 2 plus 24 decimal 2. This makes 0. And my final function in standard form is f of x is equal to negative 5x squared plus 22x. That's it.